So today we're talking about the gear that actually makes an impact. And today I'm starting a new series called The Gear Effect. This is a series all about products that instantly impact your workflow or your content. And it's not just gear that looks good on a spec sheet, right? So it's the focus here is real world use. It's the kind of tools that make your day easier. It makes your setup more reliable and your content more consistent and higher quality. The holidays and major sale seasons are the best time of the year to upgrade your gear. And it's not because you need more stuff, right? But it's because you can buy smarter this time of year. So for the first episode, we're focusing on tools that immediately improve your workflow and are worth buying right now. And today's episode is sponsored by Adorama, and they're one of the largest camera and gear retailers in the country. Now, as always, this is an honest, transparent review. Adorama is a complete third-party retailer, right? They provided the products that are going to be featured in this video, but they have no influence on my opinions. And my goal here is to simply just, as always, give you the information you need to make an educated buying decision. So audio is one of the fastest ways to slow yourself down if it becomes too complicated. And that's why systems like the Hollyland LARK M2 really matter. And there's three things that make this mic impactful in real world use. And the first, of course, is the size and weight. The transmitters are extremely compact and small. They're easy to wear, right? They're easy to hide. They're comfortable for long shoots. And if you're wearing light materials like t-shirts and tank tops and stuff like that, it's not going to weigh down your gear. And so the second reason is speed. The setup speed. This is a true grab and go audio situation. So you power it on, it automatically connects the receiver to the transmitter, and you're recording right away, right? There's no menu diving and there's no pairing friction. The third reason this system is good is reliability. Like, this isn't studio audio, right? And it's not trying to be either, right? It's designed for run and gun shooting. You can use it with a cell phone, a camera, etc., iPad, whatever. This is good for run and gun shooting events and quick reviews where you just need clean audio without thinking about it. 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 58, 59. Connectivity on a 2.4 gigahertz connection at direct line of sight, which means when my back was just turned, it may have cut out. But since I'm facing the camera, this should be picking up the sound. So this is what you can expect from a sound standpoint in distance. So you let me know your thoughts and how that sounded. All right, that's the sound test. Hollyland LARK M2. This is exactly the kind of upgrade that makes sense because it's often overlooked, but it immediately improves the quality of your content in the studio if you have to, but most importantly, on the go. Lighting is one of those areas where it's easy to overbuy, and not everything needs to be a big key light. And that's where the Nanlite Miro 60C fits. There are three features here that actually matter. First is the form factor. The round panel design is compact and lightweight, which makes it easy to place on a desk or mount in tight spaces. Second is the color flexibility. You can use this as a clean white light, but you also have RGB color available when you need it. And that makes it useful for backgrounds, like the light back there, or practical lighting or accent lighting without extra gear. And third is the ease of use. This light is quick to adjust and it's easy to dial in. You're not digging through menus or slowing down your shoot to get a usable look. And just to be clear, I've been using this as my main light for weeks. All of my talking head videos, it's also on my desk during my normal 9 to 5 as my light for Zoom meetings. So that kind of everyday use is why this light earns its place. Power isn't exciting, but it's one of the biggest things that affects how confidently you shoot. Now, the Green Extreme BPU90 adds lasting power while keeping your setup small and nimble. I use mine on my Pixel setup when I need to stay light and mobile, which it really makes it easier for handheld work and fast moving shots, but it allows me to keep a bigger body or a heavier setup like the Pixel Lite. The VB99 is one of the smallest V-mount batteries on the market, and even though it's smaller in stature, it's still a full V-mount battery. It still gives you the benefits of that full V-mount system. You can power your camera, you can power accessories and monitors, etc., just from this one battery. And even when it's not on my camera, here's another use for one of these, is that it's not done being useful. Like, I use it on my desk for like charging my laptop when I'm on the go, for charging devices like my cell phone, my live microphones and things like that when I'm on the go, and it's airplane compliant, so it can travel with you. So instead of buying multiple battery banks, you can buy something like this and replace all of those battery banks with, this one solution with the many inputs and outputs. And these are the kind of upgrades that quietly change how you work. It makes it so that you don't have to swap out a lot of batteries. You don't have to take a lot of batteries with you, which basically means that your shoot and your content, it reduces stress and increases the confidence, of being able to go out on a shoot without having to pack a lot of things. So these show up really big, even though they may not be exciting for most people. Pay attention because this one's big. Gear protection is not something you think about until something goes wrong, and by then it's usually too late. So this small rig cage with a built-in AirTag slide is not an add-on or an afterthought. The tracker stays hidden, it's secure, and it's out of the way, and the AirTag itself gives you a passive tracking and peace of mind. You're not actively thinking about it, but if your gear is misplaced or separated from you, you have a way to locate it. A real-world example of this and why it matters is Brandon Washington, if you're familiar with him, recently lost close to $100,000 worth of gear. Now, if a tracker had been installed on even one of his cages or, in his bag or, his laptop or anything like that, there could have been a chance to alert police or authorities, where the gear was and where it was headed before it was gone. Now, that kind of loss, that's not normal, but that loss doesn't just hurt financially. That affects client work, missed jobs, and trust, right, with the clients that that are expecting you to finish that work. This is an extremely, and I mean an extremely underrated form of peace of mind. This is physical insurance, right? It's a one-time purchase that continues working in the background. And it's not like you have to replace the batteries on those things for a long time. So that one-time purchase can save you thousands of dollars. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Media is the real foundation of your workflow. And it's literally the only gear you touch from the moment you hit record all the way through to post-production. Now, good media makes your entire process more efficient from start to finish. It allows you to use higher quality codecs, right? The top tier quality codecs that you have in your camera. It's higher, you can use higher resolutions, right? 6K, 8K, etc. Because of the speed readout and stuff like that. And advanced camera features. It lets you download faster, it lets you edit faster, and you have a better peace of mind that your footage isn't going to disappear like cheap media, right? And so fast media can even allow you to edit directly from the card itself, instead of immediately having to offload it to, specifically like if you have a slower hard drive or something like that, or my MacBook has 500 gigabytes of storage, even though I have an M3 Pro chip. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? And so in situations where you have limited storage, fast media allows you to edit directly from there. But it's capped. Speed only matters if you can access it, right? So pairing your fast cards with an equally fast reader is critical. Otherwise, you're going to bottleneck your whole workflow. So reliable media, it removes idle time and it prevents frozen timelines. Have you ever been on Premiere or DaVinci Resolve when basically it's like stuttering because the media that you're working from is too slow to keep up with your H.265 codec, or you're recording you're editing 8K and it can't keep up. So media is the foundation, and this is the time of year where you have a little extra money from the holidays, right? And make sure you look at media this time of year and other sales events throughout the year. Okay, so listen, none of the gear in this episode is flashy, and none of it is meant to impress on a spec sheet. But every single piece immediately impacts how you work, right? Better audio means fewer retakes, better lighting means more consistent results, and reliable power means longer shoots without interruption. So, most importantly, protection means peace of mind, and good media means your entire process runs smoother from start to finish. So that's the gear effect, right? It's not about chasing the newest things. You don't always have to go out and get the brand new flashy toy. If you want to check out any of the gear from today's episode, I've linked everything down in the description. Now, if you choose to use those links, it does pay me back for the hard work that I put in creating this video. But all jokes aside, I do get a small commission based on those links if you use them at no extra cost to you. But I appreciate any support that you give the channel, so a like and a comment and watching this from start to finish definitely helps the channel more than those links do. But as always, I do appreciate the support. Now, in all honesty, everything in this video is based on trying to give you the best information possible to make an educated decision on what's best for you. This time of year, doing holiday, Black Friday, Christmas, for Boxing Day, and first, New Year's Eve, when they're getting rid of the old inventory, is the best time to make these purchases. And even if you're not looking at brand new stuff, Adorama has an entire, used section where they have open box, they have returns, they have used products, and they have a really reliable rating system. So again, shout out to Adorama for sending all these products out. And if you enjoyed today's content, this is the first of many of these series. So if you thought today's content was good, consider subscribing, joining the Cozy Coalition, coming back and watching more of the Gear Effect series. And as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.